Phil, thanks for making time to speak with me. I know it's a busy time for you. I know it's a busy time for me because as you and I speak, it is officially the first day of summer. And again, as we speak, it's about 7 days away from Chevrolet Indie Fridays happening at Yonge Dundas Square, one of the biggest free concert series that Toronto gets. You, my friend, you and your partner are going to be kicking that off, and we are so looking forward to seeing you guys perform here. How does it feel knowing that you guys are going to be coming down here, because the crowd is going to be amazing and they're going to be pumped for you guys?
Honestly, I'm really pumped to play at the Yonge and Dundas. That's a very nice location in Toronto. We've never played outdoors in Toronto, and it's going to be very exciting. And we have a bunch of new stuff too that we want to try at the show, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it. Of course, myself emceeing the event, I get to introduce you guys. So I'm just looking forward to all of this and getting a chance to talk to you. I want to know, how did you two get together? And, of course, should mention the name of your partner in crime.
Yeah, his name is Nazim.
How did you guys meet?
We met. We're both Lebanese, and we immigrated to Montreal around 2002 and 2003. And we didn't know each other over there, but we met in a building where we lived in Montreal. So, and then we just started being friends, and then we started playing music together, started the band together. We were playing rock music back in the days, and then we've been playing music since like 2006 together or something like that. So it's been a very, very nice friendship and artistic friendship between us ever since. But people assume we've met in Lebanon like 20 years ago, but we met in Montreal while we were studying.
Was this kind of like a meant-to-be kind of thing? I mean, you look at John Lennon and Paul McCartney, everybody looks at it as those two were meant to know each other. Is it the same thing with you guys?
I mean, it doesn't feel meant to be. Like, I don't know if I believe in this. What I do believe in, though, is that it's like friendship is work in many ways. It's not like bad work, but it's like you have to keep it going, especially by like respecting the others. And I think we both have energies that really fit well together, and there's a lot of respect going around between the two of us. So it really helps just keep it going, and we don't often disagree on things. So that's very, very nice. But I think it doesn't come from like destiny. I think it's more of a individual thing. Each of us is just like ready to make compromises and ready to make it work. So that's just how I see it.
Well, you know, we're thrilled with that because that's why we are getting the great music from you guys. What is it like working together? I've seen some of your music videos and stuff. I think I saw one where you guys are almost like you're in studio and you're performing. What do you think is the magic between the two of you?
I think the two of us we get I guess easily bored in a way. Like we don't like to repeat ourselves, and that's a personality trait that we both share. Like we get very excited to try new things. So we're always changing things, always trying new things, new instruments, new approaches. As I said, we were like playing progressive rock only 5 years ago or 6 years ago, and now we're like completely into electronic, completely digital. Like we don't so. And we're pretty much playing the same songs or the same types of songs in a way, but it sounds completely different just because we're like trying to take them somewhere else. And so I would say that's something we share, this desire to just always surpass ourselves and try new things. And that's why we get excited. And we don't even get excited by the same things, but it's just we know how to adapt to each other. So I want to try something, then he'll adapt and try something different, and then it just keeps feeding into itself. It's like a monster of creativity that just keeps feeding itself. It's pretty cool.
What was it about rock that maybe you weren't getting that you are getting from electronic music?
I mean, for a while, rock was really doing it for me, and for us as a band, we were really like that was the right medium to like express ourselves. But as the 2000s started to like advanced, rock started to like we find it started to like stale. It started becoming exactly like rock itself started repeating itself, and we felt like we needed new tools and a new approach to express some ideas. And I find that also we found that there was not like rock didn't allow us to get complex without getting complicated. So whenever we wanted to get complex with rock music, the music got very complicated with it. That's why a lot of it went to prog a little bit. But we find that with electronic music, it's so wide and so large, you could do anything, which is very dangerous. So the way we approach electronic music is we put constraints. So very, very big constraints so that we have to remain within a certain sphere of work. And that actually, weirdly enough, helped us becoming way more precise and way more complex by being simple. And so we had to work on making it complex through emotion rather than through like instrumentation or like arrangements and things like that. And that really helped us as artists, because at the end of the day, we're just artists. So it doesn't matter if it's electronic or rock or painting, you know. So I find that electronic music gave us the control we needed to decide how musically complex the music was going to be. And then from there on, we started building our energies more than our technical aspects of things.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys released 3 albums?
Yes, we released 2, and the third one is upcoming this year.
It's upcoming.
Releasing tracks from it now. Yeah,
that's it.
But honestly, we don't even look at this. We don't even look at things in album terms anymore. At this point, we're just releasing tracks. An album will probably come out by the end of the year, but I'm more excited, honestly, about like the track by track process. I feel like every track has a story to tell, and I like revealing them one after the other slowly and taking our time with it instead of just everything together. And I'd like to give all the pieces of the puzzle first and then somehow put it together in an album. I like this approach more than just an album release with a single.
What is it like, though, to take your music and make it visually? And also, I want to add in, too, musically, what are the flavors do you take? Do you take the Montreal sound? Do you take your homeland sound, too? Like, what are the other sounds that you like to put together? But again, what is it like taking the music going from the sound to visual also?
Well, both Nadim and I are very, very inspired by film. Like that's I would say like way more than music. Like I watch more films than I listen to music for sure. So there's always this desire to be visual with the music. We're also very frugal about it. Like we don't do it too much, and we've been very blessed with having friends and connections work in film that we can like work with to get our vision expressed with an image. And honestly, Nadim and I are very, very into the idea of working with filmmakers and giving them a lot of power as to like how to express our vision. So we come in with like an idea or like something we're seeing, and we really like to see where they can take it. Like this collaborative aspect of music and film is what interests us more than. We're not the kind of band who has the exact video in their mind and then they go tell the director and they do it. Every time we've done a video, we've been very surprised by the results, because we bring to it what we feel we want to bring, which is like the general idea, the general feeling of the song, and then we collaborate with other artists, which are filmmakers and cinematographers and makeup artists and like visual effects artists, and see what that collaboration can lead to. And honestly, every time we've done it, we've been stunned by the results. Like we just wrapped the video. Like today, I got the final cut, and it's like miles ahead of what I expected. Like so, we came in with a feeling, and then they turned it into something really amazing. And so visually, that I would say that it's more of a, just to answer your question, it's just more of a collaboration that excites us more than like we figure everything out ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And the sound,
the sound, yeah. I mean, undoubtedly we're influenced by the Montreal sound, because that's when we started playing music. So it was like the high point of like Montreal rock music. But honestly, since we've done electronic music, we've been more inspired musically by genres like early techno from Detroit, which is a fascinating era of music and very misunderstood genre, techno. And it's like it comes from a lot of disenfranchised, poor, struggling people in Detroit, mostly black communities. And somehow we found a parallel between our feelings of alienation, being in North America as immigrants, and their feelings as the black community in Detroit and how they transformed it into music. That was something that was really surprising to me because I always saw techno as this like sleazy dance floor thing. But when I got into the art side of it, I'm like, wow, there's like an actual art form called techno that I did not realize was there. And at the same time, we were trying to like really figure out who we were and what our place in society was. Because during all our rock years, we just really tried to fit in. So we were trying to be Canadian and trying to be American. And when I say Canadian American, I mean like really like trying to be pretty much white at this point. And we're fascinated with the culture here, and we were just like completely thrown into it and completely disconnected from our Lebanese roots. And like the last 2 years, we've tried to like reconnect with these roots and trying to like make sense of this double identity we have now, which is being as much Canadian as we are Lebanese. And we don't want to deny any of the two. So I guess the Lebanese Arab culture, Middle Eastern culture is starting to really infuse itself into the music, and now we're trying to make a sort of marriage between the two lands, these two like worlds that we come from. And so there's a lot of influence now from music from the Middle East and North Africa that is coming into the music. And we've started this party in New York and Montreal and Toronto sometimes too, where we just like it's a party that showcases music from the Middle East and North Africa. And so that's been a lot of research for us into that music. And it's honestly like fascinating to hear what's coming out of that region, and also to see how much American and European music influenced it and back and forth. It's very interesting. So pretty much we're trying to condense this into something coherent with our music, and it's turning out pretty nicely, and we're very happy with it.
Looking forward to that, my friend. The upcoming album, is it going to be sounding like what you've just mentioned?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the album is like we tried many things on it, and it's very eclectic. But yeah, every song is an experiment in trying to like reconcile the two cultures. So sometimes it's very obvious. Sometimes it's more in the lyrics. Sometimes the genres are completely all over the place, and we did that on purpose because we wanted to show this kind of how complex the subject is of identity. So it can't be like a homogeneous album. So every track we're going to put out this year is going to sound very different from the other. It's going to all make sense as an album in the end.
So what can we expect at Chevrolet Indie Fridays? What can we expect when you guys are performing for us?
Definitely a lot of what I mentioned, a lot of like interplay between the two cultures, a lot of beats. You have straight up beats mixed with some like Middle Eastern beats, and then the songs are again the eclecticness of the song is going to be represented to. We have fun when we play, and we change it up every show we do. So for this show we prepared some visuals too. So there's some cool visuals playing behind us, and we're trying out a new song too. So.
Oh wow!
It's a song we're releasing later this summer. I mean, at the end of July. So we're going to play it live in a new version for the first time. So that's going to be cool.
Man, I love this. You know, Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship series. You guys are going to be kicking off Young Dundas Square. This, like I said, and as we
represent Canada.
Yeah, representing Canada, and as we speak, you know, summer is kicking off too. This is going to be a hot one. For folks who want to get in touch with you guys, social media is the place to go. Where do we go to follow you?
Absolutely. I mean, our favorite one is Instagram, so it's at Wake Island Music, and same for Facebook. It's Wake Island Music is the nickname. So find us there, and we really like to engage with people. So if people want to write us, they're free.
Fantastic. Look, I'm hoping that we get a picture together, you and your buddy, when I'm down there to introduce you guys. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Looking
Great.
forward to the music, looking forward to the show, just looking forward to meeting you guys and having a great time. Thank you for making the time to speak with me. And like I said, cannot wait to see you guys next week.
Great. See you Friday.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.